We are now halfway through the summer movie season with May and June done and July and August left. July does not have a lot of massive blockbusters like the previous month had, but a good selection of movies. So let's talk about my predictions for July. First up is the first Purge. While the movie is technically the fourth Purge movie, this one is a prequel, going over the events of the first Purge. Now, I was looking at the numbers for the franchise, and what surprised me is that over time, the movies made more money each time, both domestically and worldwide. The first Purge movie came in at $64 million domestic and $89 million worldwide, compared to the third, which earned $79 million domestic and $118 million worldwide. While this is great for a franchise, I have to say it won't continue its streak, at least domestically, as Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out 2 days later and will hurt it. So I'm going to go with $70 million domestic and $120 million worldwide. Next up is the last Marvel studio of the year, Ant-Man and the Wasp. The first Ant-Man did alright at the box office, but overall it was on the lower end of the franchise. I expect that to change due to fans' demands for more after Avengers Infinity War, and this will help that in a way. Also, I think people will be looking forward to a more lighthearted Marvel movie after Infinity War, and they have been playing up that part in the marketing. So far, the tracking for its opening weekend is around $75 to $90 million, so assuming it holds around there, I'm going to go with $245 million domestic and $670 million worldwide. While not as big as the last few Marvel movies, it would be a good increase over the first Ant-Man. The Rock is back again for the third time in less than a year with Skyscraper. There's not much to say about this except it's an action movie starring The Rock, and it looks like it's based on many different movies, including Die Hard. It doesn't look bad, it's just a typical summer action movie and should perform just like that. With it securing a date in the middle of the Chinese blackout, however, it will do very good, at least international-wise, thanks to this. My prediction for a Skyscraper will be $95 million domestic and $380 million worldwide. The last big animated movie for the summer also comes out the same weekend as Skyscraper, Hotel Transylvania 3. Again, like The Purge, this is also a rare franchise that has had more success as the franchise went on, and I expect this to do the same. By the time this comes out in the middle of July, The Incredibles 2 will be slowing down a bit, making room for another animated movie for kids to watch. This will also have some room until the next family-friendly movie comes out in August, Christopher Robin. Final prediction for Hotel Transylvania 3 is $190 million domestic and $500 million worldwide. Here we go again. Mamma Mia is back with Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. A sequel coming just 10 years after the first one and should not be underestimated by people. Once again, this is a summer movie season where there has not been a lot of movies geared toward women, and that this will be one that a lot of them head to watch. Now, the issue for predicting this movie is that 10 years is a long time, and it was able to gross $609 million worldwide at the time. So the question is there enough hype for the sequel to reach around the same amount, or is the studio looking at this the wrong way and it'll flop? I think it'll do almost just as good around there, but not much better. So I will go with $155 million domestic and $600 million worldwide. An increase domestically from the first one, but about the same worldwide. For the next one, I'm just going to keep it short as there's not much to say about it. The Equalizer 2. While there's not a lot of hype for this movie, it is a first for Denzel Washington, as this is the first ever sequel to a movie he has made. The first Equalizer came out 4 years ago in 2014 and made $101 million domestic and $192 million worldwide. Now I looked at his history, and for some reason his movies do not end up doing big internationally, as most of his movies end up between $160 to $200 million worldwide. That is why for The Equalizer 2, I'm going to go with $75 million domestic and $180 million worldwide. The reasoning for this is that the following week, another high-octane action movie called Mission Impossible will be coming out, and I believe that will impact it both domestically and internationally. The next movie up is what I believe is the last animated movie for the summer, and that is Teen Titans Go to the movies. Now, damn, this is a hard one to predict because usually animated movies do pretty good, but the ones based on TV shows do not. For example, the latest TV show turned into a movie, My Little Pony last year, only did $60 million worldwide. Now, you could make an argument that it was not as big as superheroes, which it is not, and that it was a couple years too late. So I think this will land right in the middle of that with the fact that it is based on a TV show. It will hurt it a bit. However, it is a DC property, it is using DC characters, and the kids will probably want to go see it. So I'm going to go with $60 million domestic and $140 million worldwide. Finally, we finished July with one of the more hotly anticipated movies of the summer, Mission Impossible Fallout. Tom Cruise is back, and with the sixth movie in his franchise that has only gotten better overall as the series continues, with Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol being considered the best of the franchise. While the last two movies have averaged around $200 million domestic and $690 million worldwide, I expect Fallout to break this. With a strong marketing campaign so far that features Henry Cavill reloading his hands for a fist fight and a very well done trailer, the hype is there for this movie. Assuming this has good reviews like the last two, expect this to break out. My final prediction for Fallout is $220 million domestic and $720 million worldwide. That is all for my predictions for July. Thank you for watching. We have one more to go with August, which will include mostly smaller budget movies, including Mile 22, Crazy Rich Asians, and White Boy Rick.